Let me tell you of the days of high adventure.
Journal entry 11th of Lucrios, day 1 of Olo's grand adventure. Ah, future Olo, you are such a sly, brilliant cat. How you will laugh when you read this, recounting your daring deeds and unmatched leadership. Olo's gang, yes, that's what it's called, no matter what they say, made quite an impression over the last few days. But let's start from the beginning, shall we? Olo will try to recount our deeds in much detail. Alas, we accomplished so many deeds it is hard to remember them all. Let's get started. Before our grand journey truly began, we paid a visit to what's his name, Old Man Greenshield or something. Ah, it's not important. This is a story about Olo anyway. The old adventurer, who's seen better days, had a bit of trouble with a mummy and got himself all banged up. Now, he's hobbling around, desperate to send Olo's gang on an adventure in his place. Evidently, he wants us to track down and kill some old friend of his, a mage who turned dark. His name might have been Palorin, but who really cares? This dark Palorin seems kinda cool, who doesn't like hoarding power? Sounds like a cat after Olo's own heart. But Olo digresses. Naturally, he knew that if anyone could succeed, it would be Olo. So, with a bit of wheezing and muttering, old Greenshield with a mummy wand handed over some pretty neat magical items. A little extra something to tip the scales in our favor. Not that Olo needed it, but hey, it's always nice to have more toys to play with. The old man also gave us a pretty nice map. He gave a cool bone flute to our orc bard friend Juka. Do you remember Juka? He has some nice pecs and doesn't mind showing them off. He may want to tone back the leather though. After that, we stocked up on the usual supplies. Olo made sure we were ready for anything. The dead forest is no place for the ill-equipped, but Olo's gang? We were ready for everything. This is where Olo purchased our beloved donkey. At first Olo did not want to get attached to this beast, so Olo will refer to simply as Olo's ass. After a long day of travel, Olo's gang arrived at the Hungry Hobgoblin Inn. The stable boy greeted us and Olo was sure to let him know to take good care of Olo's ass. No messing around with our gang's property. Naturally, it was Olo who secured the best spot by the fire, ensuring the group settled in comfortably. When it came time to order food, Olo, ever discerning, found the fish a bit underwhelming, not quite the delicacy Olo deserves, but it was filling enough. The saucer of milk, however, was divine. Creamy, refreshing, and perfectly chilled, it was the highlight of the meal, if Olo says so himself. As we rested and sipped on our drinks, it was Olo who took it upon himself to try to hook up Crummet with some saucy-looking lady at a table near us. Ah, Olo likes challenges. Olo actually thinks Crummet would have succeeded too. Do you remember his long glorious blonde hair? Magnificent. Alas, he did not succeed because the poor dirty-handed wretch wanted to complain and ask a favor of Olo. Honestly, the conversation was starting to bore Olo. She was whining about this shellhorn thing. It was Juka that saved us from a death by Borden. With his masterful performance in a music battle, he put the girl in her place. That is what may have made us feel sorry for her. We ended up telling her that we would look into it for her. Olo almost lost one of my non-lives when that dirty-handed girl tried to put finger smudges on our beautiful map. We just needed her to point to the location, not molest my parchment. This was entrusted to our gang. How dare she? We also got to meet a crybaby drunk merchant who oddly enough has some infatuation with a large pearl. Olo will never understand some humans. And they think a cat person is strange. Anyway, blah blah, boho, and we have a deal. If Olo's gang secures his loaf and brings back word, or bodies, of his missing guards, he is going to pay us 60 gold and give us a cask of wine, as if we did not get enough whining from him already. Here is the crazy part. These dirty human also tried to ruin our beautiful map. The drunken bastard actually shed tears on it. Olo, my future friend, this part of the journey was not without worry for yours truly. Our hobgoblin friend, Miles Storm, was super quiet. In fact, Olo doesn't remember him saying anything over the last few days. Perhaps he is lost in thought over how he can impress Olo and move up in the gang. Now it's time for reflection on something Olo is not so proud of. You see, in this inn there were a couple thieves that Olo thought he could get in close with. Olo even tried sending them some gang signs. Not sure what gang school they went to, but it appears they did not understand one of them. That did not stop Olo though. With our masterful stealth, Olo was able to sneak up on them and eavesdrop. Olo heard the word gold and lost his mind. He was too trusting and ended up making a deal with them. Olo's gang was to join these two honorless men and help find some treasure. On a positive note, because Olo is such a good thief, he was able to steal some extra rations from the inn before turning in for the night. It barely makes up for the subpar fish. Morning came, and Olo's gang set out on a promising treasure hunt. We encountered a wild pig and Olo was expecting a glorious battle to ensue. Before anyone could strike, our frog friend Crummet convinced this pig to be his friend. Olo was impressed. We continued on in our journey and decided to make camp. Olo shared the bountiful rations that he acquired, and the group settled in for the night. Oh, future Olo, one hopes you still get to hear the wonderful musical ability of Hookah as he slowly strums his tambourine. So soothing, and Olo wants to swat at the small shiny reflections the metal discs make on the ground. After that great performance, it was Crummet who kept our hearts light after the long day's travel. He told us a masterful tale of the ponds and bugs in the area. His words placed visions in Olo's mind of beautiful waters and fluttering insects. It would not be hard for Olo to sleep that night. However, Olo's gang is not a bunch of slow-witted adventurers. There was something off about our traveling companions. We decided to share a watch to make sure nothing was amiss. Olo my friend, it was a good thing we did. Those dishonorable bastards. In the middle of the night, they decided it would be a good idea to try and steal the provisions off of Olo's ass. No one should touch Olo's ass unless they are told to. Lucky for us, Joka is very good at being on watch. He caught those dirty thieves red-handed. Sounding the alarm, Hookah sprung into action. They were actually going to try to run from Olo's gang. As if they stood a chance. The fools thought they could outwit Olo. Big mistake. Kramit and Maelstrom handled themselves well enough, and Joka proved useful with some distracting them by punching the air. Kramit actually shot one of them in the eye. Future Olo, we are not squeamish, but will Olo get over seeing an eyeball pop? But in this battle, it was Olo who truly shined. After one thief met his end to the arrow, what did Olo do with the other? Olo's swift dagger found its mark, hamstringing the scoundrel before he could flee. A masterpiece of precision and power. He begged for mercy, but Olo was already on to more important matters, like making sure the treasure map wasn't a fake and seeing what loot we could salvage. Olo, my future friend, this is the disappointing part. Did Olo push Olo's gang into a poor decision to follow these two scoundrels? Not only do we not have a treasure, but these bastards were broke and had nothing but a puny knife. So, future Olo, as you sit in your throne room, because by then, surely you'll have won, remember this day. Remember how Olo kept the gang together, how Olo entertained and protected them, and how Olo, the greatest thief and leader, triumphed once again. But also remember, not all thieves can be trusted. On a side note, Olo's was very brave while battling the thieves. Olo is beginning to grow fond of Olo's ass. Perhaps Olo will give him a name. Until next time, Olo the Quickfoot.